when we see the marks of the topper, it's really incredible to see how they scored 95, 96, 97 and even 100 sometimes. Today, I'm joined with two beautiful young girls, dashing in their brains and awesome in their attitude. I'm joined by Khushi Patel and I'm joined by Akansha Agrawal. These two girls are from Podar and from Abai Petit. Dashing scores, great results. In this video, I'm going to ask them a lot of questions. And if you have a question, put it down in the comment section. Me, my team, or these two girls will come up and answer. So, hi girls.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Maybe you can have a formal introduction of yours.
Okay, so I'm Akansha. I have been in Podar ICSE since the past 4 years. I think when the turning point in all our lives is when we get into middle school or high school, and that's when I got into Podar. And very soon I realized that it was the best decision because they really nurtured me, made me more confident, not only academically but also extra.
And I'm sure that is, she's got 93 in maths and the aggregate is?
94.6.
Oh boy, that is sexy, right? 93. कैसा लेके आते इतना यार? Well, 93 अगर आपको लगता है बहुत ज़्यादा है तो आपको इनसे मिलना चाहिए. She has got 100. 100 कोई लेके आता है क्या?
हाँ लेके आते हैं.
So well, introduce yourself to the.
My name is Khushi Patel. I'm from Abai Petit, ICSE, and I've been in the school since nursery.
So I want both of you all to tell me, were you all expecting this in maths? Were you all expecting this in maths?
No, not 100 for sure.
Not 100 for sure.
Not a 93 for sure either.
So what is the secret behind getting such amazing scores?
I think so you just have to relax and then just focus on what you need to do instead of just going crazy with practicing sums and papers.
You mean to say relax? यहाँ पर बच्चे 9, 10, 15 घंटा पढ़ते हैं.
For me, because I was relaxed, it actually worked for me instead of getting extremely hyper.
I think that's a good thing. You know, if you plan your structure and your strategy throughout the year, if you put in a dedicatedly 3 hours, 4 hours every day, then probably towards the end you can really relax. What was your strategy?
It was different for me. Till my prelims started, my only agenda was to get my concepts clear. And then after that, I sat with past papers and all the papers that I got from my teachers. And I solved at least 2 per day. And I think that's how I learned.
2 papers per day?
Because I was really bad at time management. I would get the sum, but it would take me long to put down the steps in order.
Okay.
So the fact that I completed my paper on time is all because I took time to solve papers.
How many papers did you solve?
Of schools, like about 10 schools and 7 to 8 past year papers.
Good. That brings us to know that 18 preliminary papers solved by these children individually. How much did you solve? Similarly, 18 preliminary papers if you solve. Possibly, and if you follow the strategy which these girls are telling you, I think you get a good possibility of getting an aggregate of
94 points.
That's
Thank you.
like 94.
And 93.
2 things that you should not do which takes you away from getting good score.
Hyperventilate and doubt yourself.
Self-confidence is very important. Personal self-image and self-confidence, says Akansha Agrawal. 2 things that one should not do.
Waste your time and get distracted easily.
Oh, but they all get distracted, right?
So you have to have that self-control and you should not let yourself get distracted.
So didn't you get into social media?
I did, but then I limited myself.
Social media?
Yeah.
You got distracted?
No.
You didn't, huh?
No.
Did social media distract you?
To a point, yes. But then again, as the exams got closer, you had to use your willpower and tell yourself, okay, that's it. You can't use any more per day. And it's gradually you start not caring about social media because you see the bigger picture. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Students, those who have just cleared 10th, would still have a lot of questions as to should we take science, should we take commerce, should we take arts, should we get married, should we, you know. What were your goals as you were getting this out through? What were your goals probably in September, October?
I didn't specifically know what I wanted to do. I was always inclined towards doing law, which is why everyone told me to take humanities, arts, but I took science because I really enjoy doing it, and the fact remains that science keeps all your doors open. So I was sure, I'm very indecisive.
What were you thinking when you were studying probably the month of September, October?
I was sure I wanted to take science.
Boy!
Yeah.
Well, there are a lot of NEET students and JEE students on this channel. What are you planning to do after you take science?
Currently, I do not plan on giving JEE or NEET.
Okay.
If I continue to think that law will be the right choice, I've started preparing for my SATs.
What do you plan?
I think so. I'll be giving my JEE,
Okay.
but I think I would go into pure sciences more than engineering.
So even though you know you'll be focusing on PCM, you'll be still keeping
Yeah.
biology as an open
Yeah.
choice. Good. Okay. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Just doing something in science. I'm not really sure.
Not really sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully, studying in an Ivy League. Hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure you will. It is said that children who have a vision for the next 5 years or for the next 10 years, if you can see your life and your career ahead in time, it only means that you have a higher possibility of reaching that position. So I encourage each of you to tell me in the comment section, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And it's very important, remember, to see yourself ahead in time, because that's the future you create, and it's very important that you create a future like that. So there's also a lot of myth around that ye notes lena chahiye, wo book lena chahiye, ye paper lena chahiye. There's a myth that I have to pick up all these notes and all these question papers and attend this class and attend that class. What's your take on that?
Do not look at too many kind of authors. Just focus on 1 or 2 books,
Okay.
and just follow those 2 books.
Okay. Did you make your own notes?
Yeah, I did.
Or did you refer to pre-printed notes somewhere?
I did both. So I
Okay.
made my own notes, and then I looked at some referred books.
Okay. What's your secret of getting 100?
Just focusing on the main sums and like just the main concepts, and don't go crazy over solving sums.
And didn't
And-
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
No,
You're not there on any of the social handles?
I am, but I don't use it much.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your take on this? Having a lot of papers and notes and test series and classes and tuitions?
I agree because referring to, I did that in between and it confused me because although all the concepts are the same, the way they word it is different. And ICSE is a lot about how you word your answers.
Yeah.
So you follow this book that your school has prescribed, and I think it does great for everyone if you just go through and through that book.
Good. And what's your secret that you got 94? How do you get 94? What's that Akansha's secret?
I don't have a secret. I think
That's the secret.
that's the secret. Okay, if there is one thing that 10th is like the first milestone, and the fact that there is so much attention given to it. You're always under pressure, but it worked positively for me. I think the pressure worked positively for me. The fact that everyone wanted me to do well made me want to do really well. So
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Was there pressure on you?
Yes, there was from the teachers and from my friends, but my parents didn't give me any pressure, so that was good. That was actually really good. Yeah.
Did you have pressure from home?
no.
That's cool. So parents and teachers and society, we all try to motivate children in different ways, in ways that we think will work for us. So some children would be motivated by pressure, some would be motivated by comparison. But remember, one style will not work for everybody. So you have to find out what is the best style that works for your child before you begin comparing them, before you putting expectations on them, before you beginning to put pressure on them. So find out what is the appropriate style with which your child or you get motivated with, and then follow that till the end. Are like 94, 95, damn 100. स्कूल में आप लोग ने कुछ एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर एक्टिविटीज में भाग लिया या फुल टाइम सिर्फ किताबों के साथ ही था?
I took part in studies related extracurricular like quizzes and
Extracurricular activities भी studies related.
science and math quizzes. Yeah.
Science and math quizzes.
Yeah.
Huh? Oh yeah. As a young boy, I like to say young boy all the time because I'm not young now. I would love Bodmita quiz contest. Do they still show that, play that?
No.
Derek O'Brien, one of the favorite quiz masters I've ever known.
They do.
Such kind of quizzes you're talking of?
No, it was inter school, so it was just
Okay.
yeah.
And you are into extracurricular activities?
Yeah, the quizzes. Yeah, there was one that Times and I hosted, and I
Okay.
was a part of it, which was really good.
Oh.
But I didn't do a lot of quizzes per se. I was into elocution and dramatics, and yeah, so I.
So पढ़ाई के साथ साथ मतलब 100 में लेके आने के बावजूद भी आपको ये सब के लिए टाइम मिलता है? You got time for extracurricular activities also?
Yeah.
How do you decide that I will put 1 hour a day, or I will put 5 hours a day, or this is where I will stop and draw my line? How do you decide कि इतना ही extracurricular activities करना है?
It depends on every like, for me, I did not focus a lot on extracurricular. I was focusing more on my studies towards the end of 10th.
Okay.
So I would only put like 1 hour for extracurricular.
Oh. Every day?
Every 2-3 days.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
That's a good balance.
Yeah.
That's a good balance.
I didn't have a specific time. If I caught up on my homework, I had the time, I would put in all that time into doing something else.
So a very candid question, okay?
Yeah.
Were you happy when you got 100 out of 100, or did you think that I could get more?
You can't get more than 100. Yeah, I was satisfied. I didn't expect to get 100. I thought I'd get less. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and when you got your aggregate 93.8,
Yeah.
Were you happy?
I thought I could have gotten something better.
What?
But I was happy. Yeah.
Were you happy?
I was okay. I wasn't as happy as I imagined the day would be. And it's not that I pin it on to someone else. It's completely up to me. My parents were very happy. They were satisfied with. They said,
Celebrating?
I didn't let them that day.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you think, or what do you think students should have in their mind as a benchmark? Because kids like you and everybody else I'm seeing, they're getting 99 and they're getting 98s, and मतलब 1% 2% scope of error है. तो ऐसे एक परिस्थिति में, in a condition like this, what's your message to the younger generation, that where should they draw that line by saying that this is what we're aiming at? Otherwise, they're not happy even if they're getting 94 or 95 or 98. They're just not happy. What's your take on this?
I honestly had very low expectations. I didn't really keep my expectations really high. So I knew that I wouldn't get really disappointed with no matter what marks I would get.
But you were, right?
I was kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you draw this line? Where do you draw
Like
this
I
line?
said, we're always greedy. So from the very beginning, it is okay. So all of us have a different capability, and I don't mean it the wrong way. It's just that some of us can do a little more. I have friends who did way more than I could, and it's about realizing that this is all that you can do, and this is all that it's going to culminate into.
Wow, I mean, that is such a valuable sentence. Knowing our limitations and to accept that limitations, and to work within those boundaries, to fight them and to go beyond and to be happy. So before we wind up, I'm in conversation with two young, smart, brainy kids, Akansha Agarwal and Khushi Patel. So before we wind up for the day, I want you to give 2 pieces of quick gyan advice, suggestion, feedback, or anything to those children watching it who are in 9th.
You can go for it.
2 pieces. Okay, so if you have a hobby or there's something that you really love doing, please don't stop doing it, because 10th is a lot about mental balance, and that is what helps you keep it. And the second thing is, if people pressurize you, it's not out of a negative feeling, it's because they want you to do well. And I outlashed so many times. I got mad at the people around me, not realizing they don't mean it the wrong way. So try keeping as positive as you can. Don't perceive them the wrong way. They want good for you. That's why they pressurize you, I think.
Wow,
that's
so
it.
clear. So clear. I wish I had heard this when I was in 10th standard.
I would say just don't get overwhelmed by anything, and do not get pressured by what people are saying around you. You just focus on what you have to do, and don't, if suppose a friend is doing something, do not try to follow her. Do whatever's best for you.
That's so important. Not to get overwhelmed, and not just blindly follow
anyone else.
anyone else. Well, so thank you, Akansha Agarwal. Thank you, Khushi Patel. May you both have tremendous amount of success all your life, and may you come back in 12th standard also knowing that you've achieved more than this. So students watching this, before you wind up also, I want you to wish down both these girls and all those children who've cleared their 10th a good wish, so that they all can continue pursuing their life in their desired direction. Thank you very much.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.